So just to kind of start off, Will, third clean sheet for the team overall this season, second for you. How things go tonight in between the pipes?
Yeah, I think I was really happy with our whole back line and the team as a whole defensively. I think we had a different energy about us defensively. We've been good this whole year, but it felt really sharp tonight, and we took care of our end of the bargain, so it was great.
Yeah, a couple saves tonight too. Came off your line, punched out a couple crosses. Can you just kind of speak about your performance tonight?
Yeah, we knew kind of how they were going to attack, and I felt really prepared for that this week. So kind of picking up on the cues, how they like to get their opportunities, and yeah, we executed what we had worked on and what we were focused on all week. So.
One thing that we saw, I was sitting up in the press box, is sometimes on crosses, you kind of like to sit in your line and allow your back line to kind of deal with the busy work.
Yeah.
Is that something that, you guys work on constantly? Is that something you feel comfortable with your back line just doing, having them deal with the busy work where you just stay on your line and kind of just deal with the clearances?
Yeah, I think it's it's really nice having center backs that you trust to win the ball in the air. I think, you want to be on the front foot and you want to come in as a goalkeeper, come and claim crosses that you think you can influence the play, maybe where they otherwise would have gotten an opportunity. But our back line, like Ani and Dak and on set pieces, they're beasts. So it's really nice having that and knowing that even if I do stay on my line, that they're going to win a ball in the air. And then in other situations where I do come off my line, I can have their back as well.
So far, you started 4 games, I believe, this year. Now you kind of gotten over those rookie moments of oh snap, I'm finally starting. How are you feeling now, being in your 4th start? Do you feel like you can keep the momentum going?
Yeah, it feels nice. I think every game I play, I get more comfortable situationally and with the guys around me. And you're allowed to. I think nerves are always good. You still get nerves before big games, but I've been able to kind of control those and now focus on the task at hand a little more instead of worrying about some of the jitters or different things like that. So I think, I just feel more comfortable as we go along, and I feel really good and more in sync with the team around me. So.
All right, well, good.
Start off, Ani, third clean sheet of the season for the Kickers. Can you just kind of speak about tonight's performance for the defense and the team overall?
Today was a gritty performance, I'd say. To keep 0 is always good. We expect if we keep 0 to get more points than we did tonight. So I guess if you look at the clean sheet, that's definitely a positive and something we can build off of, but we definitely felt like we left points out today. So
had a crowd of 5,024. It's the second straight game of over 5,000 people at City Stadium. How was it tonight just playing in front of the fans?
Yeah, shout out to our fans, shout out to our front office, shout out to the city. That's incredible. 5,000 fans. We're sorry because that's not a win for us. We need to give you a goal, something to celebrate. So we expect to do that. Keep coming out, and we'll do that for you.
And speaking of goals, you had a pretty nice marauding run there in the second half. Can you kind of just talk about what you saw there, doing the give and go before you ran in the box?
Yeah, I just came up, won a header, got to the next ball, got a touch on it, told Benz to flick it on. Took a little bit too long to get my touch underneath me, and I should have scored it, should have finished it, so not good enough.
For you back there, man, this year you came in to be a kind of a leadership role. You talked about how you wanted to protect the back line and kind of make everything happen. Do you feel you kind of yourself doing that now, where you're kind of leading those plays and being that leader on the pitch?
I'm just trying to do what the team asks of me. Sometimes that, for me, is stepping back and not trying to win as many balls and letting other people and staying in my spot. So that's what I'm working on now. As far as leadership, that's what I do, and that's what we all do out there. So I think that the team's working together defensively, not anything particularly that I'm doing, but there's stuff to build on and stuff that we're doing all right.
Playing the team against NoCo, they love to have Arthur Rogers play like an attacking mid from the right back spot and Barker Hernandez go all over the field. Tonight's assignment, how difficult was it for you guys, and how did you guys deal with all the free roaming they had from other attacking spots?
Arthur's definitely a good player. I've played against him since college. Marky Hernandez, great player. Played with him in Reno. Both really good guys, good players. Yeah, they were dangerous. I don't think they were overly dangerous today as a team, but you always got to be ready for. They've got a lot of options. The Lukic kid that came off at halftime is a good player, so I think we were ready for what they brought. But sometimes the game against them gets back and forth, and we got to be careful with that. So.
All right, thanks, man.
Excellent. Just get started off, Darren. Third clean sheet for the team this year. Over 5,000 people at City Stadium. Can you just kind of talk about the team's performance and the overall night tonight?
One, Hailstorm's got a really good group of individual players. They put us under pressure, but it's unfortunate. We've watched the video. There certainly should have been a penalty in the game. There certainly should have been some other things. Really, really difficult to see that, but that's part of the game, and we had chances to win it. And on to the next.
And going off of that third clean sheet, of course, that's 2 now for Will Palmquist. Can you just talk about the growth that he's had and the influence that Akira's had on him?
Yeah, man. Akira Fitzgerald, great goalkeeper coach. There's no question. The guy's awesome. Will made a save on the one that was offside that was world class, man. The ball bounced, and he just tipped it over the bar even though it was offside. What a save. A testament to Will and all of his hard work. The great part now is we got 2 great goalkeepers here.
Just to start off with, any update on Belmar? We saw that you subbed him off at halftime. Any update on that? And on Neil Vinyals, we saw I had an ice pack on his lower leg.
We weren't getting any production on the left side of the field for whatever reason, and Owen's been training well, and all the wingers have been training well, so we gave him a shot. At the end of the day, there's a game model that we play, and we want the guys to follow the game model. You can't do your own thing and not be successful in what we do. I love Belmar. I love Owen. I love Luke. I love Bentley. But we got to get more production out of those positions on the field. So right now they're battling, they're working on it, and we're going to figure it out.
Just to talk about that, because I can tell some of the uneasiness. We saw the wingers struggle one-on-one against their fullbacks. Obviously, NoCo kind of sub things out and play a little bit deeper. But can you just talk about what were some of the struggles that the wingers had one-on-one against their fullbacks?
There's good players on that team. There's good players on our team. Right? At the end of the day, it's we set up a game model, the fundamental pieces of how we play to kind of help all players. And not to single anybody out. I love all of my players, and I love all of the wingers here. The trick is we got to get to a point where we're succinct in getting behind defenses. It took Jonathan Maloney's 3 years to get there, and it might take this group a little bit longer here too.
And last question I have. We saw this team kind of build up in a 3-4-3-ish, where Zaka's kind of dropping in behind the center backs. Do you feel like that kind of helped you guys out in kind of stretching the field out kind of vertically and horizontally?
So we give the guys freedom based on how we train in the game model. And Zaka sometimes pops left or right, sometimes he pops deep. It all depends on how they're defending, okay? And the way that they were set up allowed him to drop in and play a little bit. We should have done a better job in the first half of when Zaka did drop low to attack the side, because when he pops one side or the other low, it allows the outside back to get high, which creates an immediate overload. And we were a little bit slow in exploiting that overload. Second half, much better. Bentley did a very good job in the second half.
All right. Thank you so much. Anything? All right. Thank you.